Why? Hi, let me briefly explain why I collaborated designing a course, Training for Blended Course Design. Up to 1993, I was teaching on primary and secondary school level in Switzerland and for nearly 10 years in South America and in Southeast Asia. After returning to Switzerland, I moved more and more into in-service training for teachers. During all these years, I realized that apart from cultural differences, all learners need empathy and understanding. They want to communicate with their teacher and with other learners. Learning often brings about insecurity and therefore a need to socialize. In the 80s, I explored the potential of information technology for teaching and learning. In these days, the benefit of computers for learning was quite disappointing. The computer was, for most of us, not more than a tool for writing, calculating, and data collection. Learning with computers generally was a very dull drill and practice experience in total isolation. In the 90s, I switched fully to in-service training for teachers. A major technological innovation at that time was the creation of networks of computers. All of a sudden, we were able to communicate with others over a local area network or even over the internet. I wanted to find out whether studying over the internet made sense. I had some doubts, but did a master in open and distance education at the Open University. This was a ground-shaking experience for me. Finally, computers, networks allowed collaborative learning. It was highly efficient and it was fun. Although the communication features at that time were quite limited, I was able to exchange ideas with my tutor in the UK and with my fellow learners all over the world. What an amazing experience. After finishing my studies in 2000, I started a small consultant company for e-learning. In dozens of projects, I could try out what works and what fails. Among many other projects, I've got the chance to work with a highly motivated team at the Swiss Banking Institute of the University of Zurich. We transformed the conventional lecture into a blended course format. It took us months of developing, evaluating, and improving the blended learning course. Finally, we were rewarded with the Medida Prix, an award for the best e-learning projects in German-speaking Europe. In 2003, I was teaching at the Pedagogical University of Applied Science. This gave me once more valuable opportunities to develop and study a variety of blended learning approaches. In the meantime, I was member of an evaluation board to select the best e-learning projects of universities in Europe. This was a rich source of experience with successful implementations of blended learning course design. All these professional experiences convinced me that blended learning arrangements can improve the effectiveness of teaching and learning. Since 2010, I have the privilege of collaborating with the e-learning team call at the Polytechnic of Namibia. Since then, my conviction about the necessity of blended learning in the context of higher education, especially in Southern Africa, has strengthened. Experience has also shown that the well-informed teachers are the crucial factor of successful introduction of e-learning. At the same time, we have to take into account that many lecturers are overloaded with teaching and administrative work. This situation motivated us to develop the course training for blended course design. We tried hard to offer a training tailor-made to the needs and wishes of the targeted lecturers without going through the hassle of completing a full-fledged pedagogical study. I am grateful for the support of all the collaborators in our project. I hope even lecturers who would not call themselves IT enthusiasts are motivated to move a few steps into this promising field. I wish you an enjoyable learning hours, enriching discussions, and most of all, success. Thank you very much.